So here's the deets on the car. It's been a long process, but I built this car, or with the help of a friend, we built this car back in 2020. I bought this car, it's a 2006 Infiniti G35. I bought it in January of 2020, thinking like, hey, cool, work cycle's a little bit over. I wanted a project car. And this car looked nothing like this at all. There's actually a dyno video of once the engine was replaced. I'm not editing this as a one shot, but this car, it was a factory car, had stock rims on it, the 19-inch Infiniti rims. The paint was just catastrophically bad. It was peeling. So I bought this car in 2020, right before COVID, before anybody knew COVID was even going to happen. So I had my buddy. He has I think it's like a 1995 S13 chassis with an LS3 swap, or it might be a LS6. But he had that. I was like, hey, man, I really want to get into drifting. So I'm like, yo, dude, do a LS swap. So guide me through. I'm going to buy a car, help me find an engine, and we're going to help do it together. Well, COVID happened as we're acquiring parts for this car, and I got shipped off to work, and I left him with the project. Of course, I paid him for everything because I wanted the car to be done. So this car looked nothing like this. This was not the plan whatsoever. So let's dive into the engine. I ended up sourcing out, it's locked, hang on. I ended up sourcing out that's a go-kart that I bought for the kids. I sourced out an LS1 with 40,000 original miles on it that came out of a 2002 SS Camaro. It actually had a Torker V3 cam in it. With titanium valves and springs, super good. Motor ran phenomenally, so we swapped this in. Now you're gonna see this motor, and it doesn't look like it's a factory motor anymore. I mean, it still does. There's some add-ons. Oh, that's strainful. So I added the MSD coil packs. Added extra letter there. Billet ICW or whatever. Or ICR, billet, ICT, I'm sorry, ICT billet. I think it's a 92 millimeter. Everything is drive-by-wire. I'm actually running a Holley Terminator system in here. I know it's a little dirty. It's been a 3-year project, and it's been neglected a little bit. So currently what's going on with it now, so we swapped the motor in it, and that was phenomenal. It made 375 horsepower at the wheel on the factory 19s. Probably closer with the add-ons and everything. If I would get it tuned right now, I'd probably closer to 390, 395, maybe pushing to 400, especially the MSD coil packs. Upgraded fuel injectors, upgraded fuel system, run the Holley Sniper EFI system. Not running any fuel press right now because it's not on. Oh God, this thing is so just, ugh. Plastic intakes, man. They deteriorate fast. I need to get me a high rise on this thing right now, or hey, maybe a supercharger at some point. The entire point of this car was always to be a drift car. But whenever the COVID crap happened and we were building the car, and I never actually, track shut down, all the drifting events shut down, never actually had the opportunity, even once we had the motor in there, and after it was tuned with the Holley Terminator, put the angle kit on there, the rims and everything, bought extra rims, tires, and everything to go out there and just freaking hit the skid pad and just go after it. Well, track shut down, they canceled events, so never actually had the opportunity to do it. So as I would come home from work, I would throw more money at it. And hey, it's a project car, let's work on it more. So that's whenever this car got fully painted. This car is missing paint on the fenders, the factory hood, which is over there. I'm actually, it's been painted, but I have a bunch of friends signing off on it now. It's gonna be a showpiece in my new garage when I build it. Got the car freshly painted. Still need to get the window tint figured out on it. Like I said, it's a long-term process. Added the tail lights on it. Yes, I'm a racer. Carbon fiber tail hood, tailgate, whatever you want to call it. Trunk. Carbon fiber hood. Actually vented. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually fully vented. Oh, yeah. So it's a heat extractor type hood. Because the radiator's right here, and it's supposed to draw heat out and bring it out through the vent. So, like I said, going with the car, it was supposed to be purposely a drift car, so that's been the entire theme about it. But the more and more I got into it, it's just hey, I just wanted to run and drive. and just like be kind of functional. Right now, I'm dealing with an issue where cylinder number 3, so it's 1, 2, 3, whatever. This cylinder number 1, cylinder number 2 is running cold right now. Have no idea why. I've been kind of throwing parts at it before I want to bring it to the tuner so we can kind of figure out what's going on. I'm kind of thinking, I thought it might have been an injector issue, but I swapped injectors between different cylinders that are running like optimal temperature, swapped coil packs before I put the MSD on there, swapped plugs, swapped wires, swapped everything between different cylinders to isolate a problem between a component. But it's not a component, it's a cylinder. And I'm dreadful that it's probably going to be an issue with the motor itself, or a head gasket, or a piston ring, to where got a piston ring fried, or just that cylinder's popped. Luckily, in LS1, or even if I upgrade to LS3, LS6, whatever, some components might not work, but we'll figure it out. But luckily enough, like, everything's situated in this car with the motor swap and the engine swap kits, where I can just pop this motor out, pop a new motor in, and it's going to be fine. So, I don't know. We'll see where it goes at from here on out, but here's the car. Here's the update.